start is right here. Good morning. We actually have real bodies doing yoga with us today. So I'm way excited. I want you guys to be able to see my feet. So awesome. So it's kind of fun. Take a moment. I want to take a moment. Just close your eyes, sit up straight, and find that breath. The inhale and the exhale. Letting it be a part of your practice. Letting it be a part, it is a part of you, but recognizing it. So often we forget that recognizing. So slow the breath down. Letting it be just an awareness. The inhale is slow, the exhale is slow. There might be some background noise that we hear from actually being at the clubhouse. It's always, I don't know, I love teaching, but it's always nice to actually watch students while you teach and see what they're doing and just having that interaction with people. Today is kind of an incredible, Texas is opened back up, no mask mandate, Mississippi is doing the same thing. When we breathe deeply, and those masks, do not let that happen. Okay, we have the opportunity to let go of a lot of tension, let go of that CO2, the carbon dioxide that comes out of our mouth. Releasing tension. And then go ahead and gently blink your eyes open and kind of say good morning to our neighbors, to just each other, just this opportunity to see, okay? So I wanted to share a quote with you. This came from a friend, and I absolutely loved it, so I immediately copied it, because this just applies to me totally. Don't prioritize your looks, my friend. They won't last the journey. Your sense of humor, though, will only get better. Your intuition will grow and expand like a majestic cloak of wisdom. Your ability to choose your battles will be fine-tuned to perfection. Your capacity for stillness, for living in the moment, will blossom. And your desire to live each and every moment will transcend all other wants. Your instinct for knowing what and who is worth your time will grow and flourish like ivy on a castle wall. Don't prioritize your looks, my friend. They will change forevermore. That pursuit is one of much sadness and disappointment. Prioritize the uniqueness that makes you you, and the invisible magnet that draws in other like-minded souls to dance in your orbit. These are the things which only get better. Isn't that beautiful? And I will put it in the show notes, okay? So that is a Donna Ashworth. I don't know who she is, but I like what she has to share. So don't prioritize your looks, my friend. So go ahead and let's take some deep breaths. We already did start moving through the shoulders. Just The other thing is in kind of in keeping with don't prioritize your looks, my friend, is this idea of don't prioritize that your body has to be a certain way and able to do things, okay? Our bodies start shifting and changing based on kind of what we've been doing. So if you're rolling shoulders one direction, go ahead and pull them up and over. Now, for you guys that are here, this room will get warm. I asked a couple times to have it turned down, but I'm noticing that it's not. So if you get warm, enjoy a little bit of sweat. Go ahead and grab. We'll start with our fans. So again, if it's been a while since you've really used some things and worked, then be okay with that. I have been babysitting grandkids for a week. They just came home from Hawaii yesterday, right? So I'm like, oh, so as I did yoga this morning, I'm like, I mean, even though I do it and move, right? It's kind of like, oh, what happened? So I'll up, not higher than the shoulder, just right here. Don't grip this, but you can hold on to it. Okay, you're just not gripping, and you're just going wide, and then slowly bringing it back in. Okay, if it hurts at all, not, okay. Notice we're not allowing the hurt. If you get to a point and you find that the only way to do that is to lift the shoulders up instead of pulling them down, okay? So now go wide and hold, lift the shoulders, and then it's just a depression of the shoulder blades. So it's just a pull down. Oh, so the thing goes up and down, but the thing that's moving is my shoulders. Yeah, beautifully done. You know, it's really fun to see bodies. Pull them up and then pull them down. That's the motion. We don't want to lose that motion. Notice that, go ahead and take your one arm up. As you reach for something, you pull that shoulder up, but you want to be able to pull the shoulder blade down, bend that elbow as well. Let's do the other side. Reach up like you're reaching for something on the top shelf. We want to be able to have that. And then pull down with the shoulder. Yeah. And then roll, let go. We're going to take a few twists. Keep this on your lap. One hand on that opposite knee. Okay. And then open. And then trade back, change hands, grab, remember the shoulder comes up and around, and twist. And then come back, first side, and twist. Twisting is something we actually stop doing, up and around, okay? I want you to think of a golf stroke. We have a golfer in the room. You've gotta have that twist. Okay, I want you to think of somebody that works in the yard. We've got a couple of those in the room. Okay, so just being able, yeah, no, another one that's been traveling the world. So finding that range of motion. One more time to the other side. And then pull back and notice you can feel along your back muscles, the side muscles. One hand down, other one comes up. And take a little up and over. Now, this up and over is fine this way. If you bring the hand here and behind your head and reach your elbow, that elbow, you actually get a deeper stretch because the elbow is the humerus bone is attached to the rib cage by a muscle, and it pulls over. Okay, and come back up. Go ahead and go over to the other side. And then maybe hand behind and find that reach. I want it to be a little closer, but that's not going to work because you can't see my head. It's a little scary. Okay, so try that again. Up to the first side, hand behind the head, and just reach. So if then you've got an issue with shoulder, then yeah, you're just going to the place you can. But the minute you lift, go ahead and come back up, change to the next side. The minute, yeah, that you find that kind of a stretch and then come back, okay? So grab these up again. This time, we're gonna hold them down low. You're gonna pull them just a little bit. They're not as wide as we've had them. It's kind of halfway between, okay? The shoulders are gonna stay down. So lift them up and pull them down and keep them down. Make them stay down. So you can feel on the shoulder blades that there's just a pull down, like somebody's tugging those down. Now, with your here, you're gonna lift them partway up and back down. Letting the shoulder, the shoulder is holding down. It's not just a bend of the elbows, okay? Lift and let the arm come up just a tiny bit. Yeah, it's not much. What we're training is those shoulders, okay? On the back, that's where we want them. Go ahead and let somebody's pulling your ears, pull the ears back as well. And then go ahead and come down here, hold it there, go a little wider. Same thing, come up and back down. The shoulder blades are pushing down the entire time. Yeah, finding that stretch and that pull up and release. And roll through those shoulders again. Beautifully done. Okay, go ahead and put that off to the side. We're gonna warm up our feet. Grab your balls, okay? Find, I think I put it underneath your mat there. Underneath the mat, there you go. So as you find this, you're looking for places that are maybe tight. I don't know how long it's been since you've used the ball.
Since the last time we saw you.
That's a little scary because I know it's been about a year. Or March. A year. Okay.
A long year.
It's been a long year. So find those places. Go ahead. That's one of the reasons I did want to come back at the clubhouse and see you in person. It's harder to do it at home.
It is.
It really is. It's harder to just discipline ourselves. I mean, you know, you think, oh, I got this. But sometimes you don't. It was interesting babysitting. So you're looking for, most of you have done this with me before. You're looking for those tight places, those places that are a little tender. And we're just looking for those first, kind of rolling all over the foot. Last week, we really did a lot of this kind of thing. This week, we're finding those places. It's not just a tickle on the bottom of the foot. Notice the outside arch. Oops, there goes the ball. We're on wood floors, so that happens. Okay, so actually, find the outside edge. I don't know about you, but that's where I feel my most sensation. It's just right there. Okay, one of the things I love about moving our body the way we move it. Okay, go ahead and change sides, change feet. I guess it's not sides. And then pause and feel what's happening on that foot. You can feel a tinkle on that foot that you're changed from. Okay, so go ahead and again, second side, second foot. Find some places. I find that most of mine is on the arch towards the heel, and on the arch on the outside of my foot. That's where I feel most of it.
What's the arch?
Just the arch, yeah.
All right, folks, fine. This one's driving me crazy.
I know. It's like, wait a minute. So left knee was the one with surgery, right? Yeah. So oftentimes, same side's going to have some of that sensation. A lot of it is that the blood flow hasn't been the same. Surgery does that. Yeah. I was going to ask if you're going to take those socks off. Yeah. Socks got to come off. It's supposed to get in the 50s here today.
I'll take it.
53.
Wow.
Well, it was 32 when I left my house.
Well, it was even lower than that this morning when I left mine.
Have you been out in your garden?
Heavens no, I know.
Will you peek over the fence and have a camera?
I can see your backyard.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead and lose those. If you put them on something, you can put them underneath your mat. You can let them roll around. I don't care what
But
class.
it just feels a lot better without socks too.
I know it feels a lot better without socks. When we were in California, just finding that footprint in the sand for me.
Felt good.
Oh my gosh, we just wanted to so we went, and the very last day before we came home, Blair looked at me and he's like, you want to go to the beach again, don't you? Yes. Okay, grab a block. Go ahead and put it, okay? You've done these before. Ball of the foot on the block. Okay, make sure, especially for knee issues, push the block forward so that the angle of your knee isn't less than 90. So bring that block even more forward. Just push it more forward. You got it. And then you're gonna lean. Go ahead and put it down and just take the lean on the block. Lean on your thigh. My heel's reaching to the floor. If it can get there, great. If not, so let me turn to the side, and then you can see this better, okay? You're moving it out because you don't want this, as you come down here, if you've got it closer, your bend is deeper than a 90, okay? We don't want to work our muscle deeper than a 90. We want to be able to squat deeper than a 90, but not when we're working, okay? We want to protect that knee. So push down, I take the lean. Does anybody feel the stretch in the calf? Yes? Okay, and then go ahead and keep the lean. This is adding a little bit of body weight to that thigh and that calf. You're just gonna come up on your toes and back down. Does that bother your knee at all? Okay, slow it down with your breath. The inhale is up, the exhale is down. The inhale is up, the exhale is down. The inhale is up, the exhale is down. And then come up and you're gonna do just some circles in the air. Do them both directions. And then go ahead and just release, put the foot down, pause. This is the difference between yoga and any other exercise. We ask you to kind of, what did that make my body feel? I feel all this tingle and work having gone down my knee and my calf. So go ahead and change legs, second side. Push that block out to where you can get just a right angle. Okay, ball of the foot is on the block, right? Heel is reaching down, use your body weight, get a lean going on. Just push there for a moment, finding that, move it even more forward. Move the block even more forward. Try it there. Better? Okay. That's happened. She's. I know. So funny. Pushing down, finding that push. Yeah. Stretching through that calf. Now we're going to come up. You're still leaning forward, right? We're still creating. You're thinking maybe it's not much body weight. Doesn't matter. Our bodies we can use all of our own weight to move. We don't need to add weights. There's nothing wrong with adding weights. But sometimes we think, I've got a dear friend that does training in California. And they went outside, which they can do almost year round, right? But she stopped for a while before the COVID hit. She started doing having people use their own body weight instead of needing weights. And then all of a sudden, when everything shut down, they didn't need weights in the gym. They didn't need to have a gym. They could learn how to do it with just. Okay, go ahead and come and find that circle. And circle both ways. Great. Yeah, that happens. And then release, come up. Plop the foot down. We'll use the block in a minute, but just notice, feel what we've created. That's what we're doing here, is just finding that. Okay, block's gonna come, it's gonna come between our thighs, okay? I think most of you, this is gonna be an okay. The same thing with your feet, walk them so that your ankles are right below the knees. So they're just coming forward a little. We don't want this. Not when we're seated. That puts so much undue pressure on the outside of the knee. So come and find that, okay? Squeeze this block together and then bring it up so that it's a little higher on the top. You're gonna put some pressure there. Squeezing the block, you'll feel your thighs do this kind of a rotation. The inside goes down, the outside spreads. We love spreading, don't we, guys? Yeah, not. So push down on that block, but it doesn't really move anywhere, okay? This is really great work for your hips. So with that push down, there's some weight on there. Let some weight be there. Make your legs squeeze in and hug. And then we are just going to do, teaches us how to hinge at the hips instead of curling. So keep that going on. I want to turn to the sides because I want to show you exactly what this helps us do. Okay, I'm going to take my ball out of the way. So when I'm pushing down, I create more space here, and then this action is with more of a straight spine versus usually when we forward fold, we're like this. But notice, just try and round and go forward. Can you feel how the block almost wants to fall out? Yeah, so we want to hug that block, keep it up, push down, and teach ourselves to hinge. That's sitting up much taller, much straighter, and hinge. Kind of finding that motion, okay? That's the motion we want. Now, go ahead and hold this forward. Now move your hands off the block, still squeeze it, put the hands here, push back and round, okay? Lead the way with this part of your back. Round, tuck your chin, find that C. I'm making the letter C. And then push down again into your thighs and squeezing the block, come all the way up, okay? We worked on that. We've worked on that before, but we want to have both actions. We want to be able to hinge. And then we want to be able to pull back and round and then come all the way up.
I'm fine, but I'm just.
Oh, those
I'm
thighs?
sitting right here.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. I haven't worked those muscles, and that's what they're telling us. So whenever you feel that, huh? The psoas muscle?
No.
Yes, but when we're seated, we're totally contracted in the psoas. So I'll do something that we can do. Psoas, when we're not down on the floor, is tough because when we're in the seat, it's always contracted. Because it's the motion that does this and brings our leg up and this in and out of the car, right? So come and hold, push. Now you don't have to keep holding. That holding helps me hinge, right? And then you can even keep your hands here or move them to the thigh. If you move them to the thigh, your thighs are going to work a little more. But go ahead and round back. And again, if you start to feel the burn, you just release. Wiggle, come back in. Yeah. Did you twinge your knee?
I had a little too much pressure.
Yeah. You be careful. We're just guiding that. So push down, hinge, push into your feet as you roll back, and then come all the way up. Okay? So that's the action. You can lose your block and put it down to the side. That's the action we do with our spine when we do our seated sun salutations, okay? So the arms are going to go up. We're going to do that hinge. That's the exhale. The hands inhale here. We'll exhale and round and pull back, tucking the chin, and then we're going to inhale and unwind the spine. And then take a breath with your eyes closed and just kind of go, that feels better. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And pause for a breath and inhale and an exhale. Beautifully done. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on the thighs, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I love watching you guys move. I've imagined this in my mind, but actually seeing it is amazing. Let's stretch through our necks. Go ahead and just reach the chin up. You're going to try and feel like you're just spreading the neck wide. Jut the jaw. Let the jaw jut. I have to keep coming out to talk. And then go ahead, and it's like you're coming up and over that racquetball. You can make a fist with your hand if you want to practice. And just up and over, pushing chin into the imaginary ball, and then pull the shoulders down, back. You should get a stretch in between the shoulder blades and the neck, and then come back up. You're going to go to one ear, and come back up and go to the other ear, and come back up. Here we go. Up, big wide, big arch, like a rainbow up and over, works the back of the neck. Come back up, ear to shoulder. Come back up, ear to other shoulder. Now we're just going to do some range of motion here. Come back up, go to the first side. This chin is going to turn down. Pause if you feel a place that's like, ooh, stay there and just kind of some little massages. And then keep moving that chin until it basically you're looking over the shoulder. And then come all the way back. Notice, ooh, right there I feel a place as I come back. And if you want, coming up and kind of massaging as you're doing that is another way to increase blood flow. That's what massage will do for you. And then come all the way up. I can feel that clear down into my shoulder blades. Okay, come back over here. Tuck the chin down. You're going to pull along. Find the place. Maybe you don't have one on this side. And then look over that shoulder. And then as you slowly come back, maybe you find a place and you're massaging again. This is your incredibly amazing gift and body. Okay, where do I feel it? Okay, you're going to feel different than I am. And then come back up. Can you feel that neck? You're just kind of like, wow. Go ahead and do little figure eights just because we can. Yeah. Beautifully done.
Oh, pops are going on.
Pops, pops, pops. You feel that, don't you?
Three of them.
Yeah, did it zing you? Did you have the zing pop or just the... Okay. Good. All righty, good stuff. So, I do want to do some twists with these. So, go ahead and hands up or here. In fact, let's do here. This is a really good one. Here, I want you to pull your elbows towards your waistline without really moving them. Yeah. Notice what happens to the shoulder blades. They kind of go like this, and together. And that's what we want. That opens up here. This gets rid of our dowager hump. The dowager hump. Do you know what that is? You're not a dowager. Yeah, it's in the back. It's this that we tend to get right here. Okay. Sorry, Dad, but I always use you as an example. He's watching and doing them now. But he's a 6'3" man that now measures 5'7". So, yeah, find this. Use the elbows. The elbows, because they're attached to the rib cage through the humerus, okay, that motion there, that contracting motion, brings our chest out, brings those shoulders back. Open through the heart, and then release. Roll through those shoulders. Even just if all we can do is get some increased range of motion, it's been a benefit. Go ahead and reverse that. And use your breath. We're not in a rush, right? When we use the breath, we connect our mind instead of it wandering off to, I've got to do this in the yard, I've got to do this today. It keeps us right here, and it wanders off. That mind loves to do that, and we just say, no, come back, come back. Okay, so let's add some of this to our sun salutation, okay? And then we're gonna stand up, and I've been trying to do more hips. Oh, we're gonna do one more first. Go ahead and reach it up. And take the lean. And the hands back here. Tuck your chin. Pull it down. Roll back. Come all the way back up here. Bring the arms up to your cactus. And just twist one direction. Come back. Twist the other direction. Come back. And drop the hands. Here we go. Inhale. They can totally just come here. Exhale. You can still get the hinge. Hands here. Reach back. Tuck your chin. And then unwind. Inhale up. Here come the arms. Let's start the other direction first. And twist. And come back. And twist. And come back and drop the hands. Okay? Inhale the arms up. Take the hinge. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale back. Tuck the chin. And then come back up to that straight spine. Arms up. We're going to do one more each side. Take the twist. Come back. Take the twist. It's easier to twist sometimes with our elbows bent to come down. Inhale up, last one. And hinge. Hands here. Curl back. Unwind the spine. Bring the arms up. Take the twist that way. And back. And this way. And then come back. Drop the hands. Hold on. Go for that side twist. When we work those obliques, the side body muscles, okay? Yeah, get the hand here, let it reach. And then I want you to make a rainbow with this elbow. Kind of come up and over towards your waistline. And then come to the other side. Stay there. So as I'm going this way, I'm also pulling down with that hip. That'll give you an extra little stretch. Okay, and then elbow, make a rainbow. Even if you're here, just maybe the rainbow's forward. Create that range of motion. Beautifully done. And then shake it out. Go ahead and lean forward. Okay, let's do some cat-cow here. So rounding and flattening the back. Okay, rounding and flattening the back. Rounding. And then see if you can maybe do a barrel roll. Okay, you're like, what? Okay, go to this side. There go the ribs. And then it goes up. And then it goes this side. And then it comes down. Go ahead and come up higher. It's easier to do off your hands or off your elbows. Go one direction. Go back. Go the other direction. Go forward. So it's almost like you're trying to do the hula with your ribs. Or hula hooping with your ribs. And then let's reverse it. Ready? Go this way. Let's go. No, let's go back. And then go this way and forward. And this way and back. And this way and forward. A couple more. Reach. Find that roll. Notice that it kind of starts to get a little easier, right? And then come on. Okay, we're going to stand. Okay, pick up your chair and put it on your mat so that you don't slide. Okay, so just pick up that chair. That's it. Move it on so at least it's on the mat. Yeah, it's rolling away. It's okay. Well, she's just going and putting them away. I'm just letting them roll and bounce. Okay, hands on the back of the chair. Here we go. You're going to just stretch back. Walk your feet down. Slight bend in those knees. Just reach your hips back. Go as deep as you can, but you don't have to go very deep. Find that stretch. Push into your feet. Notice your feet. Try to have them straight forward instead of turned out. Yeah. So walk up and back up to your chair. Can you feel this on your hips? Back of the legs. Good job. And walk back. Bend those knees. Just pull and stretch. Come back up. This is one of the actions I know you all have countertops. Okay, here we go. It should be done every day. This is one of the best things you can do for your back, for your hips, for your glutes, for your hamstrings. So the inhale takes you up. The exhale walks you back. We're going to do 10 of them. There's one. Inhale, walk you up. So maybe you're getting up to go do something in the kitchen. Take your body and do a couple of these. Back up. Walk it back. This is number 4. Walk it back. This is number 5. The inhale and the exhale, moving with our breath. We're not in a rush. There's nowhere we have to go for this hour. Come on back. Stretch and reach, and inhale, come back. And holding on to the chair. I think this is number 7. Come back.
Pretty sure it's 10.
You think it's 10? Come back. Notice, does anybody feel the heat when you do this? I start getting sweaty. Come all the way back. Last one. Bend those knees. Now, with the knees bent, I want you to do, it's little pulses, but it's not in the knees. So what it is in my bum. It's almost like a springboard. I'm just kind of pushing it up and down, not fast, up and down. And I'd like you to, while you're pushing it, also give a little squeeze to the glute muscles, so the rear end. Working those glutes. So you asked about psoas. This is the opposing muscle to psoas, okay? And then walk back in. So one of the issues that happens, because all through the body we have these opposing muscles. So this is opposite this. If this gets weak, this has to do all the supporting work. So that little it's just like I'm on a springboard, just jumping kind of a thing. And I'm squeezing the glute muscle so that works, okay? We lose the glute muscle fast as we age. Okay. How are we doing? Sweet. Okay, come all the way back, come to your seats. So I've had some people ask, they have said that getting up and down on the floor. So for the next little bit, we'll probably just do like Savasana and everything without getting to the floor. We'll just stay on our chairs, and I'll show you how to do that. So here at the club, this is for people online. We have bolsters. Okay, you do not have to go out and buy a bolster. You can use blankets, but we have bolsters. We won't be using them for just a moment, but then we will. It goes on. Bolsters, yes.
Looks like a nice sleeping room.
They are.
They're
They're
round,
actually
soft,
fabulous.
cushy underneath it.
Fabulous for opening. You lay back across them. It's a wonderful thing to do. Okay, so psoas muscle, hard to access in a seat. See if you can come to the very edge. You're gonna grab a block and move it out in front of you. Okay. Yeah, just put it out in front.
It's blocked.
I noticed that. They shifted all over. That's okay. I don't know. They're just kind of, it's like the dinner table that we shifted. I used to do that with Blair when the kids were home. Any leftovers, we just kind of. Okay. So you want to try and lengthen this muscle. So you're going to have to put your hands back so you're on the edge of the chair. You got to come on the edge. Take your blanket off, will you? Yeah. And then lean back. Can you get there till you, yeah. That is a muscle that's not contracted there, okay? So anytime we lift the leg, that's the psoas, lifting it. One of them. The quadricep helps, okay? We're gonna do this, okay? So we're gonna try, we can do this with the leg bent, but I like better, yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do with this. Larry's over here doing it already. Okay, you're just gonna pick it up and go in and come all the way over. And go in and come over. We want to strengthen the quadricep. We want to, and doing these in a seat. But can anyone start to feel can you start to feel that working? That's what we're doing, okay? We want that muscle to be strong, but if we're always in a seat, so you can do this on your backs, but laying and leaning like this is a great place to do it. And then release, yeah, bend it, just wiggle it out. You can feel how that muscle is working. Those don't need to be done every day, but every other day, okay? Now we're gonna do the same leg. Go ahead and come sit back up. Move the block a little forward. The exact same thing. Now, if you want to be just Johnny on the spot and you need to work a little harder, that block can do all of those things, okay? And here you are. You'll feel this faster, just up and over in a seat. The reason you feel it faster is the psoas is still working, but it's contracted working. I mean, it is bent in half because we're seated. So this really isolates the quad. Can anybody feel that quad? I know, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, so when we're sitting, working the legs is the hardest thing. Do one more up and over and then pause. Woo! Yeah, okay. So those are actions to strengthen them, okay? Second side, because we do have two sides. Take it wide, put your foot, come to the edge, lean back. You can do this on your couch, okay? Don't want you to fall off the chair.
Oh, I gotta get out here,
Yeah, you gotta get out there a while. There you go. Okay, here we go. It's going in and up and over, and in and up and over, and in and up and over. You got it. And in and up and over. To me, I could do this one a lot longer than I can do the bent one without the muscle fatiguing. The psoas attaches on the inside of the rib cage to T12 in your spine, comes all the way down and attaches on the inside of this leg. So anytime we're seated, it's contracted, but it's not getting stronger because we're just flaccid sitting, okay? Are we ready to stop? Yeah.
Yes, John, please.
Stop. Wiggle through those legs. Come on, and move it closer. And here we go for the quadricep.
right?
The quad, we're doing the same thing, but up and over. If you'd like to go higher, you're welcome to. You don't have to, okay? But the more the bigger the lift, okay? And then watch that you're not.
My leg just got so heavy.
I know. So one of the things that happens with our knee joints especially is these muscles aren't doing the work. We're trying to do it in just the joint, okay? We've got to strengthen these muscles to work.
Right there.
Oh yeah. And then release and wiggle, okay?
Feels so good to release.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, so we're gonna work the hamstring, the back of the thigh. This one, I was fiddling and I figured this out. See if you can put the block right against your chair leg.
Sorry, which side?
It's got, it can be here, long is probably the best. You gotta again sit on the edge of your chair. And then this foot, the one that's not on the block, bring it a little more forward so that you have some, you're gonna be balancing here. This foot, you're lifting and you're gonna push it into the block and the chair. And feel the back of the leg engage. Okay. Oh.
Power steering.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. So you don't have to lift it, but my foot's off the floor and I'm pulling back on that, just finding that, and then release and come back in and just push and release and push and release and push. So I was fiddling, sitting in my chair, how am I gonna get the hamstring? Because the hamstring is a skinny muscle, but it's the one we pull more than anything else on the back of that thigh. We overuse it. It doesn't like to stretch. Okay, and then come and then release. wiggle again. Can you feel, when you've worked these muscles here up into your hip, you start to feel warm because it's the hinge, right? It's the hinge point for that. Go ahead, change sides. Other foot's a little bit further forward to give you a little bit of balance. Okay, and then you just pick up your foot, flex it. Now, if that's really too much, because it also, the minute you pick up your foot, you're working the thigh too, the front of the thigh. Push back and hold for a little bit. Just find that engagement on the back thigh. So I'm assuming that in your younger years, have you ever done the leg curl when you lay? She doesn't have to. It's up, it's hovering. Yeah? So you notice that it's on that left leg again and again. Those muscles are just weaker because of your surgery. That's normal, okay? Release. Yeah. Come back in. Yeah. Notice that first come back in, sometimes that is like, oh my gosh. Okay, is that too close for your knee?
I don't know.
Here. We'll do this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's better.
Is that better on the knee? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that 90 degrees is not great.
Yeah. Knee replacements are interesting little buggers.
Yeah.
But as you strengthen calf and shin, quad and hamstring, so as inner thighs, when we squeeze them, as you strengthen those, then there's not going to be so much pressure into the knee, okay? And then go ahead and release. Nicely done. We do end right at 9, so inhale those arms up. Exhale, just take a forward fold. Lean on your thighs with your forearms, tuck your chin. Just let your body lean against your legs. Let your head hang. And then you're going to try to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So if you need to watch that, it looks like this. I've got the lean going on, and then I'm going to start pulling back right here with the tailbone and the low back, sacrum, low back, and then the mid back, and then the shoulders, and then all the way up. The top of the head is the last thing. Then we're going to go right back down. Start with the top of the chin. Try to roll. It's like you're rolling down. You get down to here, and you're kind of like, I can't roll anymore. Let it go a little forward, and you'll get a roll. Let your body come to where it's on your thighs, and then start back again. Here we go. Tucking, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Coming. I find that this range here doesn't have as much mobility in that upper mid or lower mid back. And come all the way up. Let's go back down again. Tuck the chin and round. Going all the way down. Once you get as far as you can, go ahead and let yourself lean a little forward. That stretches in the low back. And then one more time. Stack one vertebrae, then the next, coming all the way up. Take some deep breaths. Go ahead and just move the shoulders, move your whole body. I would suggest doing that with my spine almost every day. I do it with my spine every day, but I would suggest you do it as well. Okay, go ahead and reach down. Let's end in a twist before we grab those bolsters. Let's take the knees that way. So walk them over to the side. And then you're going to hold on to your chair and this thigh, and you're twisting.
But you won't get both of them.
Yeah, that's okay. There you go. You don't have to hold on to the chair with the other one, but just hold on to the thigh and just find the twist. Okay, normally we would do this on the floor, right? We do windshield wipers, but today we're not. We're just going to do it in our chair, because sometimes getting down isn't the problem, but getting up. I get that. And then go ahead and release. Now we're walking the feet back. It's not as easy. Go all the way to the other side. You've got stuff in the way, just move it. Yep. And then come. One hand is on the chair, one hand is on your thigh, and you're just trying to continue to twist. When we sit, one of the things that happens is we like to do this to twist. Well, that's not really twisting. So see if you can keep those legs. Hand on the thigh helps remind. And just revolve. Inhale and exhale. Come back.
I could do way more on this side than I could over.
Ah, interesting.
It's
Just
easy.
figuring that out is huge. So when that happens to me, what I would do at home is I would do the side that's tight, that's harder first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this is.
Is it harder down through the knee or just through the spine in the back?
Back.
So it's still on that left side. That's what happens when we have, you know, that surgery and now you've got to redo all of this work. Okay. So here, release, walk back and around. And if it takes you a long time to get around, it's perfect, right?
Just stand up and turn.
Or stand up and turn. Okay. Here you go and stretch. Yeah. That breath, that twist, so fabulous for our body. I want you to just feel how it makes you sit upright, right? Maybe you start watching TV like this.
Like you did?
Yeah. Because then you're sitting more upright than you do. Yeah. And release. Beautifully done. Okay. We always try to end class with a twist. Pause for a moment, okay? Feel just the breath go up and down your body. Notice your feet. Mine still tingle a little, my calves, my legs. We've worked our bodies today. Lengthening through the spine, yeah. And then go ahead and pick up your bolster. So, Savasana, seated. It's gonna go on your legs. If you've got the zipper on top, go ahead and just kind of turn it so that it's not. You can do either, you can come here, tight to your belly, or you can come further away. But you're gonna let your arms, now this may hurt your arms, and if it does, then we'll do something different, so let me know. But you're gonna lengthen, just kind of let the hands hang, your face comes, and just breathe.
Sleep.
Yeah. This is our Savasana pose. Larry, bring your feet out a little more.
I gotta walk.
Walk your feet out towards me a little more. Even more, even more. There you go now. Do you feel the difference in your back when you do it? It should feel different on your knee too. Now, if you find that your hands are going to sleep, yes, tingle, tingle, then go ahead and bend them like at your elbows and bring them up underneath. Okay, and you can actually rest your chin on them because resting the chin would be beneficial. And just breathe. Does that bother your shoulder at all? Good.
I don't really talk to you, it doesn't bother me.
Okay. If the fingers start to tingle, letting that breath just expand. Notice that one beauty of this is we have to back breathe. Can you feel how hard it is to puff your chest? So let the back rib cage expand backwards. Did you know that 60% of our breath capacity is actually in the back? Now, if you felt like this was not quite enough support for the head, then you can grab. I lost my block because I gave my block. It's okay. I'll grab it.
Two here.
Let's walk for you. Grab your arms. Yes. Yeah, uniqueness opens up. So, if you feel like you really want a little more support than this, because Savasana is dead corpse pose. So if you're feeling strain in the neck, so here, you can totally hold on to the block and come right here. I find that I relax a little better. My chin is in the block. We spray them with a disinfectant, so yeah, there's not a worry about that. And just find that breath. This is not a place we stay very often. Back breathing is very beneficial. So finding that expansion. When's the last time you let yourself pause and just breathe? After working out, after using our bodies. And then go ahead and slowly lift yourself back up. Take the block and the bolster away, come back to your seat. So much easier, yes, than getting up off the floor.
Yes.
I was using my brain there. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. So, this idea of don't prioritize your looks, okay? We get our age and older, we start caring more about being able to move. To get up, to do the work we want to do, to play golf, right? To do those things. So this work becomes not at all about the look, hopefully, because the look goes. And forevermore, this is going to be changing. So we want to just, okay, where am I today? Go ahead and do a little bit of side-to-side motion. Did you notice that back work? Yeah, you can feel that breathing and stretching of the back. It's a good thing to do, but it's also great to sit up straight. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Oh, I have a WW. I like when I do that. And namaste.